the
Well,
good
that's
news
the end
is
of this episode, though.
the good news is the URL is still available for naughtydragon.com. I look up Big Beard and Busty though.
We should buy it and just put our website on there.
Yeah.
Can we get sponsored by naughtydragon.com?
Just FYI, if you type in Big Bearded and Busty, you get Big Bearded Man fucks his hard busty neighbor girl, any porn. There you go. Maybe we shouldn't get people to look up that.
Accidentally, there was a Reddit thing that said something like "kill your internet history," and I wonder what that does. And it basically immediately searches for 100 things you should never ever search for, including a load of like terrorist stuff and yeah. And
so as a teacher, that's not what you want.
So because I fucked mine up, I thought, well, fuck you. So I posted it to Twitter with a thing saying, "Don't click on this."
Having that is literally just saying, God, I've got to click on that now. I wonder what that is.
My most recent tweet was that it's the most popular thing I've ever done. It's had 11,000 impressions. Guess how many of them have resulted in a profile click? 11,000 impressions.
Oh, I would say maybe 90.
4. Because everyone
and
just
at least
reads
2
it
of them
and
are
retweets.
accidental.
Like it's a funny thing I posted. It's taken off. Like people are well into it, but it hasn't. They're not interested in our podcast from it.
Bastards.
Who's doing the clapping?
It's kind of become my job, I guess, has it?
Sure.
Who's the head clapper?
All right, give us
so.
1 second, I'm just starting out my Audacity, and I have.
You guys are recording already?
Yeah, mine's fine.
I haven't started recording yet. No, we're waiting for the claps.
All right. We good to go?
Yep.
Whenever you're ready.
So 1, 2, 3, record. 1, 2, 3, clap, clap, clap.
Okay, hello and welcome to How We Roll podcast. We're back with our epic playthrough of Curse of Strahd's Death House, and I'm joined here today by 4 fantastic players, starting with Owen.
Hi guys, I'm Owen. I'm playing Saf Torngage, a rogue halfling. It's been a while since we played.
Yeah, it's been you guys. It's been a week for us. It's been 6 weeks.
Can I point out, look, the dedication for myself and Niall on the eve of Paddy's Day to actually come play and not go drinking. I've been 3-day weekend.
It's 12 here, so it's quite early in the day still.
And also a public announcement to any of our American listeners: it's Paddy with a D, not T.
No
What?
T's.
It's not Patty Day. It's not about burgers.
Patty is a burger.
Moving swiftly on, our second Irish player is Niall.
Hi, my name is Niall. I'm playing Voron Elar. He's a level 2 wizard, high elf. That's that.
Sorry, I had a mouth of whiskey. But that happy person is Dave. Dave, who are you playing today? So for those of you that don't know, we also stream our shows to YouTube. So you're interested in seeing what we look like, hearing the unedited version of the show, or seeing the maps that we use, do check out our YouTube channel. But before we start tonight's adventure, let's finish off with Aaron.
Hey guys, it's me again. Good to be back. Playing tonight once again the role of Savarax, the Dragonborn Paladin.
Okay, I'm going to do a slightly longer recap because, again, for us, it's been quite a long time. So, previously on How We Roll podcast, our brave adventurers fought their way to the top of the Death House, battling animated suits of armor, an arch-wizard, and Saf's unrelenting curiosity. When they reached the top floor, they found the decapitated body of the Marquis de Beneficia and a gory blood trail leading to the room's dumbwaiter, which is a type of lift which would have been used in the house's heyday to transport food up from the bottom floor. Surmising that the murderer had used the dumbwaiter as an escape route, the party began to head back downstairs, but before they could, they noticed a strange painting. It appeared to be of the cult members that inhabited the house 100 years ago. However, on closer inspection, the adventurers realized that they recognized many of the people depicted in the picture. In fact, it seems that Sulvarex, Saf, Voron, and Ulrich are the direct descendants of some of the people in the painting. At that moment, their investigations were interrupted by the sound of slow, heavy footsteps walking up the stairs. Running to the landing, they saw the Archmage Vincent Archron, gun in one hand, and the head of the Marquis in the other, looking confused but moving forward with a purpose. Realizing that he must be under some sort of enchantment, the party held back their attacks, and it wasn't long before the true villain revealed herself, Belladonna Archon. Furious that her plan to have them murder her husband appeared to have failed, she moved from below them on the floor below, and used magic spheres to summon a huge scorpion, a grotesque toad the size of a horse, and a dire goat. The scorpion was quickly dispatched by the two paladins, the goat confused by Voron's clever illusion, and the toad as yet has been unable to swallow anyone. Belladonna has just misty stepped behind the toad on the top floor, and we are back to the top of the round with Sulvarex.
Okay, well, I am going to start fighting the toad because he's a pain in the ass, let's face it. So, going to attack. Let me just see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, well, that's a hit, I'm guessing, of 19.
19 is a hit.
Fantastic. With a damage of 8. I believe I can use a Divine Smite on that as well.
I believe that you are out of Divine Smite.
Am I?
Both
Okay,
the
I
paladins are
couldn't
completely
remember.
out. So 8 to hit is 8 to damage is fantastic. So you
need to roll that damage. I don't think that's 8, is it?
Yeah, it's already 8 on the...
So roll 20, you can just click below and it gives you the damage automatically.
All right, cool.
Oh, automatic. 14 damage.
So 14 damage, your sword cuts a bloody gash across the toad's chest, leaking a horrible green fluid. And we are down to Voron Ulrich. Voron, you're first with the higher dex.
Okay, well, they are... Let me just look at this now. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm going to cast Grease underneath Belladonna and the toad, which should encompass that area there. And then I'm going to back off around the corner here so that they can't hit me. Okay, so... Sorry. So I cast Grease underneath where the toad and Belladonna are standing, which is both by the banister at the side of the stairs and not near the rest of the party. After I cast that, I backed around a corner where the toad and Belladonna don't have visual of me so that I can't be attacked by either of them.
Okay, so do they need to make a saving throw now or can they wait until they move?
On their moves, they have to make a dex saving throw.
So if they stand still, they don't need to make a dex.
Yeah. When the grease appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed on a dexterity saving throws. Oh yeah, so right now they make one.
So right now,
And
okay,
then-
see.
Yeah. And then a creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Okay, so Belladonna kind of looks at the kind of sticky substance which is coating her and the floor around her. She rolls a 4.
She's also standing right next to that hole. Can she fall down the hole?
She is, well. So she kind of looks shocked and she slips backwards, crashing into the huge mirror that's mounted on the wall behind her. Now, instead of it smashing, she falls through the mirror. Like, imagine a silver pool, and she disappears through it into the kind of reflection behind her. And currently, she's kind of on her back, pushing herself up. As she disappears from this reality into the mirror reality, the toad and the goat vanish in a puff of smoke, and we can leave initiative.
All me, baby.
Fuck off.
I gave the
Well,
eyes.
that
They were
worked out.
having none of it.
That worked out a lot better than planned.
We make this shit look easy.
She's like pushing herself up, and she's like hammering on the other side of the mirror. Like you can't really hear her. It's like her sound's really muted. But you see something. I mean, you're quite far away, you guys, the other side of the landing, but something is appearing behind her, almost something shadowy. What have you done? How did you do that? What kind of spell is that? Vincent Archeron strides forwards.
I just kind of peek out. I just cast grease on the ground. I didn't do anything really. Oh, he stepped onto the grease, by the way.
Well, that's a problem.
Okay, the Archmage seems unaffected by the spell, and with a 20, he strides forwards over the landing up to the mirror, and he's staring through it, partially obscuring your view. Don't smash the mirror. What's going on? What's that? Who the hell are they? And you see that from behind Belladonna, the shadows are kind of coalescing and forming figures. It seems to be Derek, the owner of the house, but rather than being kind of his sort of normal pale self, he seems so pale that he could be dead. And he kind of like stumbles towards her with the slow gait of a zombie. She doesn't seem to have noticed, and she's like hammering on the mirror. And with each hammer, like the mirror seems to like splash, like sort of ripples coming out from her hands. The second shadow has coalesced into Lady Mona Beck, and she looks equally undead. She was the other guest.
Yeah.
She did.
He did, yeah.
So did Derek.
The two of them left the house. Derek never entered the house, and
he did, but then he left. Well, he left very well. He disappeared. Actually, he never actually really knew where he went.
Yeah, he briefly walked in. Actually, didn't need to give your man a coat or some weird bullshit.
Belladonna, behind you! And he's like trying to point, but she seems so kind of like obsessed with trying to break her way out of the mirror that she doesn't see the two figures approaching slowly from behind.
Can I go on? Sorry, go on, Dave.
So, give me a ranged attack.
Wouldn't that be a throw skill?
Standard attack with your dex bonus.
Yeah. So D20 proficiency bonus plus your dex bonus. So like you probably find a bit of the floor that was destroyed either by the scorpion or by Solvarex, and fling it across and hit the wall just next to Vincent. What the hell do you think you're doing? What's going on? You see that.
Can I shoot my
other shadows are beginning to coalesce in the mirror world behind Belladonna.
Can I shoot my crossbow at Derek in the mirror?
So you're trying to get through the mirror? Yeah, definitely.
So I'm aiming. I guess over the Archmages and round. What's her face? Splashy mirror lady. I forget her first name.
Belladonna.
Belladonna. Sorry, Belladonna aiming. Let's go with Derek. He seemed like a prick.
I think from the way you are, you've got not just Vincent Archeron in front of you, but you've also got Belladonna in front of you as well. If you're trying to shoot Derek in the mirror.
That's what I'm aiming for. I'm not upset if
he has a lot of cover. So just to make it easier, I'm just going to say I want you to roll with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay. So
hit
20 plus 5
through the mirror.
I rolled first dice was a 23. Second dice was a 25.
Very nice.
23 is a definite hit. So maybe you kind of like, I don't know, parkour off the wall and sort of so you can get above. Your bolt goes straight through the mirror and thuds into Derek's chest. Belladonna at that point spins around and sees not just Derek and Mona, but the other shadows are beginning to coalesce into the cultists that you saw in the picture. and with one move, the entire horde rush forward. It's almost like sort of a jerky silent movie where one moment they're far away and the next moment you blink and they're on her. You blink again and they're like halfway across the room carrying her, and you blink and they're gone.
By any chance, was there a headless one?
Sorry?
Was there a headless one?
Give me a perception check.
What was Lady Mona's?
So the Marquis de Beneficia.
Oh yeah, Billy Tent. Billy the Tent. That was it. Perception. I'm going for. Sorry. Where is my perception? I hate new character sheets. Oh my god, where's perception? There we go. That's 0. Bonus. So I rolled a 2.
Yeah,
well
that's
done.
probably a good roll.
They all had no heads as far as I was concerned.
They move too fast so that you're not entirely sure. Vincent turns around with tears in his eyes, and he's about to speak when suddenly the mirror behind him seems to coalesce into silvery hands and grab onto him, pulling him into the mirror world.
Can I grab him?
You'd have to run across the grease. So certainly, can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Can I help and pull Savarix's tail to help pull harder? I hope he's not one of these lizard people that lose their tail if they're frightened.
So Silvarix darts
can I not like grab the banister and quickly make my way across Greece, reaching out to grab him?
I think if you want to grab him, you're going to have to do it fast. So I think a slow and steady maneuver isn't going to work here.
Right. Okay. What do I need to roll?
So dexterity saving throw. Voron, what's the DC? It's your spell.
It's up against my thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hold on. I think it's 13, but I'll just double check.
Do I need to do a dex save to help?
So, Silvarix is going to dive forward. It's about 10 feet. So if you're going to dive forward as well, you're going to have to cross the grease too.
Cool. I'll do that.
Yeah, it's 13.
So 13's the dex save.
So I need to get over 13.
Yeah.
He's 10 grand in gold coins, doesn't he? So.
Okay, so Silvarix slips on the grease and goes flying. Saf, your nimble feet take you across the grease, and you grab onto Silvarix's tail as he lies down on the floor. The Archmage is now on the other side of the mirror, looking terrified as he sees the shadows begin to coalesce again.
Can I stand up and put my arm through?
You certainly can. I need a dexterity saving throw. You've just done something, as is Saf. Is there anything Voron and Ulrich want to do while this is happening? Mm-hmm. Are you trying to hit the mirror? Oh, sorry, the shadows through the mirror. So it's not a thing in D&D now. So it's much more dynamic game. So
that's a Cthulhu thing.
Okay, what are you readying it for? So what are you holding it for?
Yeah, we're professional RPGers.
Okay. Voron?
Does anyone have a rope or anything, or will I dash into the room and grab some sheets just to tie around?
We have no items, so we all got our stuff taken away.
Okay, so I'm gonna dash into the room and grab some sheets off the bed, and then kind of throw it to Silvarix to wrap around himself as like a kind of harness.
Okay, so you can definitely dive through into the Master Gredru, grab the blood-drenched sheets, and throw them forward to Silvarix. That would be your movement and action. That's no problem. Silvarix.
Okay, well, these rags have been thrown at my arm as I'm picking myself up off the floor. I tuck the end of the bedcloth under my armpit, and I wrap my arm several times around the elongated bed sheets and grip tight with my massive fist and claws that dig in. And grabbing hold of this, my left arm reaches forward into the silvery portal and trying to grab the Archmage.
Okay, so your hand shoots forward, and rather than disappearing through the portal like a liquid, cracks straight into the mirror with smashes.
God fucking damn it.
You saved him?
Revealing a secret corridor and a staircase leading up into a dark and foreboding attic.
Ditto.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I have any idea what might have happened?
So yeah, definitely give me an Arcana check.
All right, what do we got here? 19? No. Do we just take the first one out of them? Yeah.
It's 19, yeah.
Yep. So 19
okay,
is
roll
the
the
first
19.
one. So there's a few things that you've heard of. So there are other planes of reality, and there's a particular plane that sort of rings a bell. Something called the Shadowfell. It's kind of the realm of spirits and of ghosts, and it sort of exists parallel to our own, but is obviously much darker and much more insidious.
All right.
And the kind of the shadowy, dark nature of what you saw through the mirror reminds you of what maybe you read in a dark, dusty tome.
And
gone.
Would this tome have mentioned any kind of ways of like that? It might be like you might enter reality from it, or enter it from our reality.
There's definitely very powerful spells that enable you to enter the Shadowfell. And it's also something that a lot of undead can do kind of naturally, like it's one of their kind of innate abilities.
All right, cool.
So Varex, on the floor in front of you, there seems to be a golden key. You recognize it as the one that Vincent Archeron used to unlock the chest.
Saf is going to get it.
I pick it up and put it in one of my pouches on my belt and kind of exclaim, "Yes, that is coming with me." And put it in my pouch.
I'm just check the duration actually.
7 years.
What 1 minute? 1 minute duration. So it should be.
How long has this been? So this is like.
We're out of initiative now. We can just say we wait the 1 minute. I'll explain to your characters kind of what I know about what I think might have just happened there with the Shadowfell and the different planes of reality and stuff like that. And
please do in character. That'd be great. Please do so in character. That'd be awesome.
Yes. Okay. I kind of slump. The grease will be gone in a minute, and I kind of just slump back against the wall and sit down, and I'm kind of just confused and like I've read somewhere in a book before, back in the city I'm from, just about this place called the Shadowfell. I never really gave much heed to it. I didn't really think I'd ever encounter it. It's a separate plane of existence where ghosts and spirits live, and well, the only thing that I can think of that I just saw was a manifestation of that right in front of us through that mirror. What caused it to happen here, I have no idea, but yeah, that's it.
Do you know where they are?
Like I said, I've only briefly scratched upon it in the book when I was reading it, but outside of that, I've never had any interaction with it. I don't know how to get to them. I don't know what happened.
So can we check out this new tunnel that's opened up in the wall?
Yeah, definitely. You immediately, as soon as you take like one step up this very rickety, thin staircase, like I'd say it's like a foot wide, like you really or maybe sort of 2 foot wide. Like you really have to squeeze through.
I was
But
going to say, how am I getting through this?
Your paladin senses are almost overloaded. Like there is something terribly evil up there, something terribly strong and terribly evil, and you really, really feel a lot of trepidation, even just on one step.
I look back at Ulfric and give him a knowing nod.
I'm with the dwarf on this one. I think every time we've explored so far, we've had a bad time. I think we should kind of recompose ourselves before we go any further into this place.
So the way that mechanically it works is a short rest is an hour, but you can only take one short rest for it to have any effects. If you have a short rest, it's not going to do anything for you guys. If you want to take a long rest, that would be you need to take 8 hours.
What are we doing with time here at the moment?
So as Sulvarek says that in a rather odd voice, you hear from the bottom of the house, the huge grandfather clock strike 1 a.m.
How convenient.
Saf, do you have any input on this?
I've been muted.
Fantastic.
I had gold.
Very, very
There was
quiet
great one-liners. There was tags all over the place. Yeah, look. I mean, closing our eyes for 8 hours. What's the worst that could happen? Sounds like a plan.
Well, we don't necessarily have. I can cast a detect magic and an alarm spell on the door. We wouldn't be unsafe wherever we shack up.
So we want to take a rest till 9 in the morning.
Hold up. We're all sleeping in this cramped corridor.
No, not the corridor.
No.
We'll go to a room that we know is safe.
Okay. You said this door. We're standing by this door. I'm sorry.
I said on a door, or the door, whatever room we're in.
All right. Let's do that then. I think.
So where are you guys going to head?
The crushed wolves room.
Okay, so
Which guy did we have tied up? Was that the Archmage we tied up originally?
yeah. So
Yeah,
the Archmage.
he's free. He's got through the mirror now.
I wasn't sure if it was him or Billy the Tent we tied up. I just remember someone went mental. That was the thing.
Billy the Tent.
Yeah, that was him, and he thought his wife was dead, and
Yeah.
obviously, you know.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure, why
And
not?
then liberate ourselves. Fuck it.
Can I? Is the chest in this room? Is it?
No, it's out in the.
So the chest in the Great Hall. I can probably find a chest actually. If you want to give me 10 seconds, I can put one there. So it opens with a click. No problem at all.
Can I? Instead of using the key, can I just rip the lid off the chest?
I think that's been tried already. Like it's a really good.
It's magically
chest.
sealed.
Oh,
We
okay.
established, didn't we?
I was thinking it might be cool if I just didn't even need the key.
So if you have a look in here, so the chest is here now. You open it up, and there are a number of bags. It's basically filled with bags, and when you open, maybe if you try opening one bag, they have platinum pieces in.
Woohoo. How many bags are in there?
It's filled with bags.
All right.
It's like a giant pirate.
How many platinum do you get to the pound these days?
Yeah, sounds like a smart idea.
Kind of like
it
walking.
probably like leaves like these sort of like drag marks on the fine marble floor, yeah. But you're strong enough to pull it in like a dwarf and a dragon
Dragonborn.
paladin. So, yeah, no problem.
he rides it. He rides it like a pony.
Joe.
So you have 10,000 gold pieces worth of platinum.
Oh, nice.
between the
Joe,
two of you. Yes.
in the library that was upstairs, was there books on the shelves, or were they all just dusty, crappy tomes?
The library itself had a number of like shelves, but every single shelf was empty. So the story is that the Death House, everyone, all the cult died in a huge conflagration. So it seems that maybe some of the prisoners started a fire and it ended up killing either the whole cult or the vast majority of the cult, everyone who was in the house. So the house itself has been refurbished and the library itself didn't look like it's been replaced. But in the secret room, which stank of smoke, there were a number of tomes and letters and things that Saf didn't really go into.
I took one.
Did Saf tell us about it? Did Saf tell us about the secret room?
We all went in after, didn't we?
Yeah, I think everyone's been in there.
Yeah.
All right, could I maybe like go back in and check, is there any books on that might explain the Shadowfell or anything like that, or alternate realities?
So are you going off upstairs on your own?
If someone will escort me.
I'll go with him.
Of course you'll go. You probably want to
There we
something
go.
else along the way.
Hey, it's my room. I found it, right? It's called Saf's room. No.
Your room, Saf's fortress. It's a little like, yeah. So
Okay.
if
Is it not also the final resting place of Ulrich's brother as well?
Saf and Ulrich's brother's room. Yeah.
that it is, yes.
The room with all the traps and the poison spikes in it.
It was
And
just the one trap as far as we could see, and it was already set off, so we're fine. We're golden.
Okay, so we've already said that Ulrich's curled up on top of the chest, snoring peacefully. Sulfarex, are you going to join the other two going upstairs, or are you going to stay in the Den of Wolves?
No, I'm gonna get my rest. I've been through a lot.
Okay, so you head up the sort of ornate, beautifully carpeted stairs into the sort of study. If you want me to show you where you are on the map, I'll ping it. Which is here.
There we go.
You kind of, it's this sort of, there is still a fire burning brightly, sort of illuminating the room. Voron, as you pass this really expensive, beautifully carved desk, you see that sort of scratched into it, probably using a dagger. Very crudely, is Saf was here.
Here. Cool kids don't put the H on it, all right?
Have you at least got the apostrophe?
Yeah, I got the apostrophe. Come on.
Yeah.
I just kind of like look over at Saf and just like shake my head and shrug and just walk on.
2 thumbs and just big smile.
Okay, and
Really?
you move the shelf aside and enter the secret room. There is still the kind of like sad figure of Ulrich's brother. The chest is got a number of papers in that are yet to be investigated, and there's a number of books on the shelf as well. The whole room has a really strong smell of smoke.
All right, so
Niles Carter's got fire in his hands.
So can I just investigate the books to see if there's anything on like alternate realities or anything like that, or different planes of reality, or?
Yeah, definitely. So am I getting this right? Would this be an investigation check when you start looking through it, or is that what you do?
Yes,
I think-
investigation.
Yeah, I think that's right. That's like what used to be search.
Yeah.
Okay, well I've got +5 to investigation, so here's for hoping. 18.
Okay, so how long would you like to investigate? Like, are you going to kind of like sit down for 8 hours and read each book, or are you just going to start sort of flicking through, or are you going to look at the spines? Like,
Yeah, kind of look at the spines and see if any of them have anything that would kind of show an interest to me on like kind of hint at maybe something to do with planes of reality or like what might be going on here.
definitely. Okay.
Yeah, that would get secreted away in my pockets.
So there's probably about like 20 or 30 books. How long would you want to sort of spend doing this?
I don't want to spend too long because I would like to actually get a rest too. So maybe I'll do a half an hour of just looking at the books.
Okay, so half an hour, you sort of begin like scanning the spines. Everything's very old, and like some of the books themselves are quite damaged on the outside. So you have to kind of open them up and look at the inside cover. It becomes very, very clear that whoever bought this library, presumably Gustav Durst, has basically spent an enormous fortune paying a lot of money to probably charlatans who have no idea how real magic works. These are basically pseudo magic volumes, with fake spells, fake rituals, a lot of kind of ideas which, like, you as a real magician, someone who's actually spent, decades really refining his craft, know that this is complete bollocks, expensive bollocks. But there's nothing there that even comes close to a real spell.
So it's just trash.
Yeah.
And I like to believe like Staff is looking at the books too. Staff is looking at the books. Is like, shit, man, I'm gonna become a wizard.
Yeah.
So also, you said there's a few papers and stuff left in the chest.
Yeah, I mean, so right now you're
spending.
I was going to say, so while you're doing that for half an hour, what are you doing, Saf?
I was going to gather up them and probably end up giving to him anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to collect whatever I missed out of the chest. I know there's 2 scrolls. What else was in there?
There are 2 scrolls, a number of letters and papers.
I'll now take a chance. As he's reading through that, I'll read through the letters and papers. Yes. And then I'll pocket the scrolls because I know that they are magic.
Okay, so the papers themselves, they seem to be, most of them not of interest and many of them fire damage despite being in the chest, but one really stands out, and it's the deed to a windmill. And it's curious actually, because the windmill seems to be the kind of coat of arms of the family itself, because the windmill's been used throughout the house. But the address of the windmill seems to be somewhere called Barovia, which is not somewhere you've heard of in this, at least on the Sword Coast, or at least in Waterdeep. So you've never heard of this windmill.
Can I sleight of hand that into my pocket before anyone else in the room notices?
You certainly can. You also notice, other than the 2 scrolls which we haven't opened yet, in the corner of the chest there is a balled up piece of paper that seems that has been sort of scrunched up with some anger. I'll
take that out, and just before we move on, the scrolls, like, I'm going to take out, and when I say pocket, I'm just going to hand them on to Voron after this, because I know they're no use to me. So that you can just assume it's in Voron's inventory from here on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pick up that paper and unscroll it, unravel it, whatever it is, scrunch it.
Okay, so it's an envelope. Probably inside is a letter, and the address or the sort of name on it is "To my most pathetic servant." The ink is like dark brown, and hard to read.
A dark brown, like dried blood, dark brown, or like, because ink doesn't come in brown.
Yeah, could be. Very much could be.
Okay. I'll try to read it. Like, I'll spend the rest of my time trying to read that, I guess.
Okay, so it says, "My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent, your abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich."
Dreadlord? This guy's kind of a douche. That sounds like a 12-year-old nickname.
Yeah, God.
And that's in character and out loud.
Yeah. Edgy.
Do
you just say that out loud out of nowhere? And I'm just kind of like, what?
Exactly, yeah. It's gonna be out loud. It's like, I bet this guy listens to Linkin Park and just explain what I just read to explain what I just read to Niall. I quite like Linkin Park, but yeah, it's antsy bullshit.
Kind of like.
What, Lincoln Park?
Oh, we can jump.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Strahd von Zarevich. No, and nor would he recognise Barovia.
Hard to abbreviate Strahd, whatever he just says. There's no Billy the Tenth in that, need to remember.
I just kind of shrug and I'm just like, I never heard of it. I can't find anything in these books. Should we go back down to the others?
2 seconds. And I can't remember if we did this before or not. If we did it before, well, I'm just double doing the job.
Right.
But can we check if there's any notes or anything on Ulrich's brother? But in a respectful way, because I don't want to get hammered to the face.
So I think there was a thing around his neck which kind of like marked him to be the eldest. Is that right, Dave? And you took it. Do you want to sort of like go searching for his like money pouch?
No, I mean like as in if he has a note that says vanquish, ye old bad guy in this castle more so. I'm not trying to rob the dead guy's body of the guy that will murder me.
On a
Yeah.
So the fire seems to have happened decades before his brother arrived.
Okay.
His brother was killed from the poison darts, right?
Like a couple of weeks ago, yeah.
Okay. And there's no notes on nothing on him, no.
On a cursory search, you do find a hidden money pouch.
I'll take that and I'll give it to Ulrich when we get downstairs.
Okay.
Kissing ass.
So you've got 2 scroll cases as well, and I think you had one as well, which was with protection from poison.
I've given that one to Voron already because I asked him to read it. I couldn't read it.
Yeah.
The other 2, I'm happy to give to Voron. He can do with them as he pleases. Like I'm not even going to read them. I'm just literally going to hand them to him because I couldn't read the language. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same. My character would just hand it over to him.
I wait till we're back down in the room before I look at them. I kind of just take them off. Saf, I'm like, oh, thanks. I'll
Okay.
check them out a bit.
Hopefully we don't get in a fight in the stairs and just need them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop trying to get me killed by Dave.
Well, okay. So thank you very much for listening. If you want to hear more of us, check out our iTunes, check out our SoundCloud. I'm on Twitter at HWR Podcast, and we're also on Facebook. Are you guys on Twitter? Do you use anything? How we can get in contact with you?
I'm How We Roll Owen, which is EOGHAN on Twitter.
I don't use my Twitter enough, but it's at Blaga, BLAGH. I don't even know what I have on it. Should probably be more active with that.
Fantastic. And I'm just gonna confirm this because it's been a little while.
Grunty Baby UK.
I believe it was Grunty Baby UK.
Grunty
and you can
Baby.
find me there. Come and tune in to all the crazy Aaron antics that I do there. Not at all, actually. It's dead boring. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Top notch banter.
Bad place. Dangerous place.
So,
Bad touch. Bad touch.
Cool. So don't stop Audacity, obviously.